Here we are. Populous the Beginnings Invisible Cup Tournament. We are here on New Brimnir Palace, known by the community as Cess. The minimap is confused. There we go. Fixed the minimap. Had the weird colours. So, playing as the red tribe in the red position, we have Pop TB Armageddon. And playing as the yellow tribe in the red position, it is Pop TB Teleport. So get your guesses in, guys. We don't know who these players are. We don't know how they play. So, does Teleport win or does Armageddon win? So, New Brimnir Palace, or Cess, was chosen by Teleport. Armageddon did not pick this map, but neither did Armageddon ban this map. So there's always a possibility when you don't use your ban on this map that it shows up. Armageddon is quick to secure the high ground, give his Shaman a little bit of extra blast range, and Ghosts already coming out from the yellow player to push the Shaman off the high ground. A couple of proximity blasts, trying to shove her down, and yellow actually manages to steal the high ground, so now she's got the range advantage. Red retreats and gets himself into a tower. So we can see both players, as is typical for Cess. Cess is a low wood map, so you're going to want to be seeing a lot of harvesting and even some dismantling. Oh. This hut's been completely dismantled, which is a bit of a mistake. We did manage to catch that. So typically the low wood situation and the very shape of the map lends to a lot of dismantling. The players will dismantle to increase their populations as quickly as possible. They'll be harvesting their trees almost constantly, and they won't be building too many towers because of how low the wood situation is. They will need some towers, however. Blast coming out from yellow to keep Armageddon away from the hill. So it doesn't look like either player's doing it. Because you can't reach the bases easily. Oh, red's not paying attention. Yellow sneaks forward and almost secures a sneaky kill. Yellow is then... Oh, what a blast trick from yellow. Very, very nicely played. So yellow is clearly a slightly more skilled player, unless that blast trick was accidental. Although they did it twice, so... who knows? Fire Warrior has gotten into the tower. Stop the Shaman pushing slightly. Now, this map is incredibly annoying. Typically, there's a land bridge in the middle here if you've never seen this map before. But anyone who's in the Populous community has probably played this against their will at least once. It's Bianca's favourite map. That's an official statistic from the Giving tournament. But yeah, wood is being harvested, so if we go to the world view, you can see no upgrading started. That's very typical, the amount of dismantling that you do. You don't see lots of upgrading. But red is definitely building faster than yellow, although yellow's got these huts, and I don't like putting huts here. The main reason I don't like putting huts, there's a pro and a con to it. The pro is that if the hut dies, this then can't be cut by an earthquake, so the path remains because damaged ground can't turn into water. The downside is you've now got a very narrow pathway to walk through that really reduces your Shaman's mobility. Now, both Shamans trade and both Shamans go down there, so very little happens as a result. And this hut's been completely dismantled again, so that's the second hut for yellow now that has been entirely dismantled. He's gone through the trouble of just moving his Fire Warrior hut a little bit, making it a little less vulnerable to earthquakes. Again, yellow is Teleport, who requested this map. Red is Armageddon. So, rules for this map state that players can use the whole map and any of the bases. Now, you're probably wondering why can't they immediately get there? It's because this is actually cut off. So the player will need to invest in a flatten to actually connect themselves to the second base if they want to expand there. Now that could be a strategy that one of the players goes for throughout the duration of this tournament. That base is not off limits, but you are going to have to invest some mana that would be offensive otherwise in order to utilize it. Lots of ghosts coming out from yellow to push the shaman around. Oh, red goes into the water and is actually taken out. Yellow secures the high ground. Red is down. We still haven't seen an earthquake yet. From either player. Now, what I was saying is typically a player charges an earthquake and cuts the path off and then doubles the ally. But I guess because this is a 1v1 map, there's no point cutting with an earthquake. So, have we actually found a way to make Cess fun? Like, you can't use the earthquake strat to cut when you don't get anything from cutting. Have we made Cess fun? I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far. Warrior training hut coming out from yellow, but he is building notoriously slowly, and his trees are not very well maintained. Fire warriors trying to push yellow off the high ground. Red is coming in with a large swarm of ghosts. They all get cleared up because they were just slightly too grouped. Nice blast onto yellow though, and yellow goes down. Red gets to take the high ground for himself. He's even got a fire warrior in it. Oh, fire warriors in huts as well. Lots of guessing and speculation going on in the chat here, but we have got a blast coming out from Armageddon onto Teleport's tower as the ghosts clear out the fire warrior. Secondary tower has been placed, and that's good. It slows the shaman down, but shamans are incredibly annoying. Very strong attackers. And they're certainly not bothered by the occasional wayward fire warrior. We've got a tornado from red onto the tower, taking it out. Yellow is alive and able to respond. Oh, he loses a tree to the tornado. That's unfortunate. Remember, a tree that is completely cut down or destroyed in this instance takes longer to respawn than a tree that is being correctly harvested. Yellow's lost a tree here as well. Throws out a lightning, doesn't find the kill. I haven't even used the spectator interface because I completely forgot it was there. There we go. You can see the pop difference. 30-40 yellow. 51. 54. Or 5. 55 to red. So red has got a significant advantage. And you can start to see it. He's got a fully built base. He's got numerous huts starting their upgrades. They're at mid-hut stage. On their way to large hut, no doubt. Yellow has got the high ground. He's got his warrior training hut, but the problem is with warriors on Cess is that they're not very good. There's a lot of water around, and so typically warriors can be killed with very little trouble. And they're really only a finishing blow that I think a lot of players get their first warrior hut after they expand for the first time. Because they're just not very useful early on. Very hard to get into the base. But a nice little defense from red here. He's completely killed his trees on this strip. But he is harvesting these trees. That's a nice thing to see. Oh! Trading lightnings. I'm not sure that Armageddon should have been allowed to fire that lightning, but hey. Need 1 min, says Teleport. That is annoying in the middle of a tournament game. But hey, let's go to Worldview. Let's have a little look at the base. So, I don't think... It's very interesting because yellow is the one that chose this map. So yellow is the one that chose this map, but yellow is definitely playing it much slower than red is. You can see red's got a couple of large huts dotted around, and actually, I doubt this was on purpose, but they're nicely spread out as well, so even an attack isn't going to get rid of all the large huts. Whilst over here, the only large huts in yellow's base are grouped together. Significantly more fire warriors. Now, yellow has actually invested in some warriors. They have trained 3 warriors. And they've got 6 fire warriors hiding around the map. Red's on 7. But the pop gap of 20 between red and yellow is quite significant. Whoop. So both players are going to have access potentially to this second base, and they might be thinking about that because typically on CES, your first expansion, it would go onto this tree to give yourself an extra tree. Depending on which base there is, you'll get more than one hut there. Depending on how good you get the flatten. But perhaps your first flatten actually needs to be over here now, because that opens up an entire base worth of huts. So I think we might see that, and also it's kind of on the way, because you bring your shaman this way to secure the middle. If no one's challenging for you for the middle, then you can look to move over here, cast a quick flatten, get back to the middle. Okay, so we've unpaused. We're back into the action now. Of course, a yellow and a red shamans are both dead right now. So I say back to the action with in a more metaphorical sense, because there's really gonna be no action for the next 30 or so seconds while we wait for the shamans to come back. I would have thought yellow would build this out. Yellow has the opportunity to build this out. Training more fire warriors is yellow. Moving warriors up to the front. Gonna stick them in the huts. Nope, change of mind. Gonna deal with the fire warriors. So we're gonna be utilizing warriors to stand by the tower. Never mind. I'm gonna stop predicting what players are doing, guys. They're listening to me and they're just changing their minds as soon as I say something to make me look the fool. Anyway, red has respawned. He is coming back towards the high ground. The warriors have scared the fire warriors away, so they've done their job. But if they then run in and die, that's just poor warrioring. Oh, what a well-placed lightning from yellow. Catches it timing to the brave push so that red goes flying into the water. Yellow really wants this gargoyle. Of course, remember, within the gargoyle is a single charge of land bridge. He's still not building this. I'm sorry to keep going back to the base and into worldview, guys, but I just want to see how long it takes yellow to build this out. So, it looks like the warriors are finally going to be utilized. They're going to come forward. They're going to soak some of the fire warrior shots. The warriors are actually on low health, probably from their earlier escapades. Both of these huts absolutely filled with fire warriors. Well-timed blast manages to kill one of the fire warriors that was hiding in a hut. Even more warriors coming in. So that thing I said about warriors being useless on CES. Oh, what a well-placed light securing the kill on all 5 of those fire warriors that were pushing aggressively. Fire warriors are the real threat to a shaman, so being able to take those out with a single lightning is probably worth it when you're under pressure. Lightning's traded and red actually goes down to the lightning. Yellow has an opportunity to attack, and yellow goes, I want to attack the gargoyle. This is very interesting because red is bolstering a significant population advantage, but as we can see, if we take a look at the spells, red has the 2 EQs. Yellow's got bugger all. So yellow has secured the kill onto red, and he's got a light in the chamber to kill red again if he feels like it, but he's got no spells because he's got no population. You know, a lot of these huts still aren't upgrading. This hasn't been built out. I'm absolutely adamant you can build here. It just seems weird that you wouldn't. Now, these warriors are taking out the defense on this strip, which is very useful. Shaman's starting to push forward, even though she's still not got any spells. Yellow has clearly made the decision that he wants to win this game with troops. He's got 13 fire warriors, 7 warriors, and 36 braves. So his oh, and yellow actually survives. I thought yellow had been hit there, but no. Yellow manages to perform a perfect blast trick timed to the lightning. The blast trick with the lightning, and actually retaliates with another kill onto red. Yellow's been really on top of keeping red's shaman dead. And the use of troops is going to get yellow in, but again, red doesn't have to worry too much because yellow's got 58 population and no actual spells in the chamber. Now these troops are going to be damaging, they are going to deal some damage, but red is going to be able to respawn in time, and yes, this is the play. Just send large waves of Braves, it slows the Shaman down, and the Warriors will die to it eventually, especially because of Fire Warriors in huts, Fire Warriors in towers. Warriors are not going to be able to kill as much population as you would like, and in fact, if I go to red's population, I expect him to still be in the lead, and he is by 40 population. Well-placed light from red, dips into the tower and finds an opportunity. And now yellow's vulnerable because yellow used a lot of his population to attack red there. Completes a tower, which is good, but he didn't get it stationed in time with a fire warrior. One of the warriors is going to attack the shaman just to slow her down. She won't die to that warrior, but she will be a little bit annoyed, a little bit disrupted. Well-placed light onto the fire warriors are going to secure the kill as the shaman advances upon the high ground. Now, red does have spells, so yellow does have to be worried about red. Take a look at yellow's population. Yellow floating around 50, just dropped to 49 population. Only 6 fire warriors on the field. And this is what we were talking about. It looks like red is going to do exactly what we talked about. He's going to use the advantage. He's got a land bridge in the chamber from an earlier prey. So he's just going to connect here. And ta-da, he gets a second base. So yellow's really going to be feeling the pressure right now. Red's going to send a whole bunch of population over to the secondary base and start using it. And yellow is still not built here. Now, red does get tricked by the ghost. Uses a light on the ghost. Now, but red's got 3 lightnings and 2 earthquakes, whereas yellow still only has a single light. Yellow's mana and yellow's pop growth has been incredibly poor for this tournament. Red throws out a lightning and secures the kill, and now red gets to attack and do potentially a lot of damage. So, a couple of fire warriors shooting from within the firestorm. I didn't even see that in the chamber. Big mana coming out from our Armageddon player. And he's just going to push into the base. Gets shot by a tower. One more shot from the tower. And the shaman does go down, but both EQs have been cast. Well, you can't build there anymore. And yellow can be okay with this. Losing only 2 huts, was it? Across double earthquake, losing only 2 huts. That's about as good as you can. I mean, don't get me wrong, red is still in a huge advantage. He's got double the population, and he's got a second base on the go. But at least yellow got lucky. Oh, apparently I can still click on spells on the panel. There you go. Blast from yellow killing his own Braves. Oh, yellow's having a bit of a mare of a game at the moment. He throws down a ghost army to try and distract the fire warriors, but they've already been clicked on the shaman. The shaman goes into the water. That is a water death, so the respawn timer will be a little bit lower, but that gives an opportunity for all of these fire warriors to now just enter the yellow base. Tower hasn't been filled. This fire warrior should be in the tower, really, because otherwise these fire warriors are just going to get in. Now, a large number of fire warriors can actually kill a single fire warrior in the tower if they spread out and shoot. The fire warriors just doing a little circle dance. I don't like this. Never liked this. They're still getting shot by the towers, and actually they have a shorter range when you patrol them like that. Now, the warriors are coming forward to try and deal with the fire warriors, but this is what I mean by warriors are bad on cess. Shaman can just blast them into the water. But never mind. Lovenji says something and the game proves the polar opposite. Warrior manages to get a push on the shaman. Yellow recognizes the position that they are in. And that is good to see. So we'll probably see a flatten. Yeah, there's the flatten from yellow to give them access to the second base so they can try to build as well. Now, plenty of troops coming forward from yellow. Brave in a tower. The strongest defense, of course, is the Brave in the tower. Oh, there goes the Brave in said tower. Now, lightning coming out from yellow, trying to keep Red's Shaman pinned down. Now, the Warriors are going to be able to get into Red's base. There's a lot of Braves over there, so they'll probably be able to kill the Warriors eventually. And now Red's in an interesting position because he's pincered. He has to deal with the Shaman without dying, which he does not do. Now, this Warrior Training Hut is going up quick. Yellow needs to be mindful of this, and it looks like Yellow is. He's jumping straight onto that Warrior Training Hut to try and stop any warriors being produced. It's the only thing that Yellow has going for him right now. He's got 40 less population, but he does have warriors, and warriors, when used correctly, can get a lot of kills. This is what I was talking about. Enough fire warriors shooting on a tower can actually take out the fire warrior inside a singular tower. You need more than one tower to be impenetrable by fire warriors. These warriors are a constant stream. They actually need to jump onto these fire warriors before they get inside the huts. Once the fire warriors are inside the huts, it'll be much harder to deal with. Red Shaman is alive and once again moving towards the middle as yellow warriors continue to stream into the side base. So it looks like Red's making the decision to just sack that side base now at this point. Yellow continues to stream troops in. Now we're going to have a nice little dance. First light comes out from Red. He's got 2 more in the chamber, but he doesn't find the kill with the first one. We take a look at Yellow's spells. Yellow's rocking 2 lights, 3 lights, 3 swarms. So very much utility, not playing with their Shaman really at all, save for the light kills. Oh, what a shot! Yellow manages to secure a long-range kill by dipping into the tower and actually nailing Armageddon Shaman right there. Now with this base going down, lots of warriors are still running rampant. And now we're in an interesting position. Yellow is building very slowly, but they are building in a second base, whereas Red has lost control of his red base, of his secondary base. It's pretty much all entirely being destroyed, except for this here, this Warrior Training Hut. Need to stop this. Now, once again, Yellow Shaman is going to push in, but as we've already established, Yellow Shaman is kind of useless. She's getting very good Shaman kills, so maybe useless is a bit of a strong word. But she's not going to be dropping down a double earthquake that ends the game, or anything of the sort. Oh, well-placed light. Oh, tries to get the retaliatory light, doesn't quite get it off. Nice light from Red, secures the kill onto Yellow and helps alleviate some of that pressure, but there's still plenty of warriors running around, and Red actually needs to be careful, because if Red starts to attack down this path, these warriors are then unchallenged to just run into his base. Yellow spreading his warriors around the remaining structures, probably going to take out the Warrior Training Hut. Red goes down 2 fire warriors. Sorry, I wasn't really watching Red except for in the horizon because I wasn't expecting that to happen. And Yellow is getting stronger. Yellow drops down the second Warrior Training Hut. And at this point, warriors are a really good choice because Red is starting to lose control of this. And Yellow has access to lightnings to keep Red's Shaman shut down. In fact, I was saying that warriors are not very good on CES, but it really is Yellow's warriors that are keeping them in the game. So, you know, Yellow is still 40 population behind Red, but I would say Yellow is currently winning, despite that. And now Yellow has 2 EQs in the chamber. Yellow has switched to mana. And if Yellow's trend for killing Shamans continues, this game could be over very shortly. First lightnings come out, neither Shaman goes down. Red tries to dip behind the tower. Yellow makes sure to light the tower to stop it being used to gain an advantage. Swarm coming out from red as red continues to try to push forward into these towers. Yellow's got some very aggressive towers, and I really like this because it's just securing more of the map away from red right now, who's struggling. He's got a fully upgraded main base, but that's all he's got. Fire Warriors being a nuisance, but red manages to secure it. That is clutch for red right now. Yellow goes down, and yellow is actually building. Yellow is building in what should be red's natural expansion. Absolutely fantastic. So yellow is trying to have a presence all over the map, and I've got to respect that for yellow. Their building was very slow. Their pop growth definitely notably inferior to red's, but their strategic play and their use of troops is actually very good, very promising. And we do have an attack from red here. Plenty of Fire Warriors on the way, but no Fire Warriors were in the towers. And that's a big problem. Oh, what a shot combined with the brave push. Takes red down, and yellow gets to go straight back on the offensive. And yellow's got a whole lot of warriors as well to help him get in. In fact, those warriors should really just be jumping on the Fire Warriors anyway. Clear the way for the Shaman. Population 79 to 110. Red rocking and lightning, 2 earthquakes and a firestorm. Yellow 3 lightnings and 2 earthquakes. So yellow's starting to get some mana on their Shaman. He's taking a break to pray though, probably controlling his troops while he does it. He's built this base out awfully. So yellow doesn't care about the population. Yellow is making that very difficult to take down, very difficult to earthquake and remove with the Shaman. Yellow's going for an earthquake cut. Now, this is actually good. This is a good strategic decision from yellow, because it forces red to burn mana that red would use to expand. Yellow has control of 3 of the 4 bases right now, and yellow is building towers in what should be red's territory. The longer that red stays cut, the more that yellow gets to fortify their position and increase their defenses. Yeah, so red recognizing that are going immediately for the flatten. Those Fire Warriors stacked up are now all, half of them are not going to shoot because they're all on the same tile when they've been given a fire command. So that's fantastic. Never do that with your Fire Warriors. Quick blasting coming out from red, but he was at risk of getting pushed into the water again. He's got to be careful. They will push. So yellow Shaman is alive and coming towards the high ground, and red needs to be mindful of that, because all these Fire Warriors patrolling on a single tile not only are going to get bugged and be unable to shoot, but they could be killed with a lightning. Now, lightning from yellow secures the kill onto red, and yellow manages to stay alive as well. So all of these troops, they're now getting separated, they're now getting spread about, but they are in danger. They've got to stop yellow getting into the base. Yellow rocking 7 warriors. Where are they? Oh, they're on their way. Need to be bringing those warriors up with the Shaman, really. But despite yellow having control of 3 bases, it's 15 huts to 16. Yellow only has 1 more hut than red does, despite having 3 portions of the map. Which is a bit of a testament to how poorly yellow's built their base. So, good use of swarms and blasts, well timed as well to take minimal damage from the Fire Warriors. Shaman is going to push in. She's got an earthquake this time. Earthquake goes down on the Fire Warrior hut. What does RNGesus say about this? Oh, that's so unfortunate for red right now. He loses his only troop hut, and there's a swarm of troops from yellow outside waiting to get into the base and take him out. Lots of Fire Warrior pressure on red right now. Red actually going down to those Fire Warriors. Red could lose this game. In fact, red probably is going to lose this game. For the first time in a 27-minute CES game, red has dropped below yellow in population, but yellow's use of troops has been absolutely far superior. And now troops are pouring into the base. It doesn't matter that red has a perfectly upgraded base. Oh, this is it. This is the desperation right now. This is what you do when you're out of other options. You have to deal with these troops. You've got to get your Braves to jump on the Fire Warriors. trap them. Whoa, what was that volley? Oh, and another one. All of these Braves are going to go down because the micro of the Fire Warriors is absolutely fantastic. So Teleport's map pick, and Teleport gets the advantage. And let's have a little look at the population damage. Oh, Red was on 70. He's now on 23. This is Yellow's game to lose at this point. Yellow is building in all 3 bases. And he just has complete and utter map control. Just goes to show you, you can be behind on population. Shaman didn't have an earthquake for the first 20 minutes of the game. I was saying how bad early warriors are on Cess, because how easily they get blasted into the water and pushed into the water by Braves. A defensive firestorm. That's when you know you've lost. Defensive firestorms. GG, says Armageddon. He goes down to Teleport in game number 1. Run. So, what is the Hidden Cup, I hear you ask? Well, it's a tournament where our best sign up, but you don't know who they are. They've all been given randomized, scrambled accounts, so we have no idea the identities of the professional players that are playing in the Invisible Cup right now. And this is the second game of this best of 3. Playing as the Yellow Tribe once again, taking the first game actually, which was on Cess. Yellow Tribe, yellow position, it is Teleport. Now playing as the Red Tribe in the red position, looking to come back from his defeat in game number 1. It's his map pick, it's Pop TB Armageddon. So we're looking to see what the converts look like for both of these players. It looks like Yellow's getting slightly better on the convert right now. Now, Red did pick this map. First game went to Teleport. We're getting a quick tower out of Red going to secure this path. So, if you've never seen Hollowfields before, this is the key point of the map. There's a short single land bridge side door here, and a path that is already connected here. Now, typically this is a 2v2 map, but in this variant, the entire base is allowed to the singular player. So, it looks like Teleport is building another quick warrior hut. Now, this warrior hut served them very, very well in the previous game. In fact, I'd say their warriors won them the game despite a significant pop deficit. Armageddon playing a little bit more standardly, building a lot of huts and a fire warrior training hut. I'd say this map's going to be very interesting, to say the least. We've got 41 population to 52 for Red, so that earlier convert advantage has disappeared. Red knows how to grow his population and how to build as quickly as possible. Building everywhere as well. Lots of towers coming up from Yellow. Really concerned about the easy side door, whereas Red has actually just opted to secure the already connected middle strip. Yellow caught climbing up a hill. Not terribly impactful. Warrior training hut coming out from Red, so what's happened is Red's taken a little look at Yellow's base, seen the warrior training hut, and understood that he needs one of his own to answer. Now, spells from Red. Oh, he steals a nice 3 convert there. Now 3 Braves is a greater number than 2. And this Brave took his time to get involved in the fight. So that's going to be a nice little victory for Red there, killing a couple of Braves with a cheeky convert. First warrior was looking to do a little bit of damage to the towers. Takes one look at the Shaman and says, no thank you. Going back to base. And it looks like Armageddon is training a large number of warriors himself. In fact, he's training more warriors than Yellow has. But that fire warrior in a tower catches the Shaman rolling into the water, and it couldn't have been timed at a worse moment, because now red is entering, or yellow is entering red's base. I told you this path is a single land bridge, and a single land bridge it is. Lots of warriors being trained, but you have to remember we did identify that red was training plenty of warriors of their own, so this attack is probably going to be thwarted with a reasonable difficulty, reasonable ease even. And now the shaman's just running around. Now, we saw this out of yellow last time, and it looks like we're going to see it again. Yellow is opting for a lot of lightnings. Actually misses that lightning onto red right there. But yellow is missing a lot of lightnings, but charging plenty of them to try and keep the shaman pinned down and let the troops do all of the work. Warriors are into red's base, but as we saw, red had his own warriors and is actually cleaning up yellow's warriors reasonably quickly. Population's 47 to 42 right now. Earthquake in the chamber for red. No devastating spells for yellow. But it is noted that yellow is absolutely favouring troops. Yellow opted to ban Yggdrasil, which is a map well known for getting high population and spamming with your shaman. And yellow's pick was then Cess, which they played with low pop very well and actually pulled out a win. And now they're doing the same thing here. In fact, yellow has probably stolen a convert, I suspect, and is building a tower in the back of red's base just to be annoying. Now, yellow shaman is dancing around, but she has no spells. She doesn't have a light. She doesn't have an earthquake. She's got nothing but her blasts. Red warrior's gone into yellow's base. Excuse me, talking non-stop, forgetting to breathe. I had to yawn. See, now that is big. Yellow going down in a trade of blasts to red. And we do know that red has an earthquake, as well as these warriors. This could be a quick game, assuming that RNG wills it. Now, yellow's base is significantly smaller. Earthquake goes down here onto this training hut. We'll have a look at what damage it does in a second, but look at the size of red's base, and then look at the size of yellow's. Very, very quickly is red going to run away with this with population if left unchecked. There's 12 huts to 23 for red right now. So red has the potential to become a much bigger and much scarier threat than yellow does. But population isn't everything in Populous, as we learned from that last game. That actually ended up being a really interesting game of Cess, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say. Group of warriors here need to be controlled. They need to be separated. Nope, they are all dead. That's 4 warriors you don't want to lose, especially when red's got 6 warriors. Yellow still has a warrior advantage. Yellow's just pumping out warriors. But most of these warriors are actually in red's base. Good fire warrior shots onto red, softening up the shaman. That direct blast should see her down, and she is in fact taken out. But neither shaman has any spells. I'm very interested that despite the Dead Sea ban, the players are just like, we're going to play it like Dead Sea anyway. We're going to open with 1,000,000 warrior huts and just rush each other. And I like it. I like the aggression. I like seeing it played differently. You know, red is trying to play standard, but yellow is putting him under such an intense amount of pressure that the game is just evolving very differently. But look at this base. Keep calling it out. Look at the size of this base. Now, there is a problem. These are all tier 1 huts. They are all small huts, and they're all going to want to be upgraded soon. The trees are fully stacked, so they haven't been being harvested. There's going to come a time with the amount that our red player has built where all of these huts try upgrading, and it becomes a mass deforestation of his own base. Now, yellow is losing a lot of population. It looks like the players are converting to try to keep themselves in the game. Well-placed lightning from red, going to secure the kill onto yellow. "28 huts for red, but only 48 population to 18 huts for yellow, but 53 population. Yellow actually rocking a population advantage right now. This warrior training hut was already here once. Did it get dismantled? I think red dismantled his warrior training hut by accident. Or the bug. Either or. So, yellow is up. Yellow is alive. Can you hear that? Can you hear that silence, guys? Yellow is not being given direct move orders. It is instead being spell-walked. Oh, no, never mind. She's being given orders now. I thought yellow was trying to do something sneaky, but no, it's just nice quick order. Warriors from yellow are going to tear down the defense on the side strip. Nice lightning from red, secures the kill onto yellow. And this defense is minimal. Red might be able to get in here. Yellow actually has an EQ in the chamber, but red does not. So it's a complete reverse of what we saw in CES, where yellow actually has some spells and red does not. Red going heavy in on lights to just try and keep the shaman killed. And remember to breathe, Lovenji, and then you'll yawn less. But it has to be called out. I'm going to Worldview one more time. You guys are probably fed up of seeing Worldview, but hey, it is what it is. Look at the size of red's base. Then look at the size of yellow's. We'll go back to red. We'll go back to yellow. Red is going to run away with this game. If this keeps up. It's got 34 huts. Yellow's only got 20. Fair play to yellow for maintaining a population advantage despite that. But I think that's really more Convert doing its thing. So the yellow shaman is alive. She's going to push down this side strip that she made. Red hiding. I thought he hit the light, but it turns out he didn't. Thank you, Populous Graphics, for being confusing. Tornado onto the tower. That's a spell we haven't seen too much of this series. Lightning coming out from yellow, failing to find the target onto red. Fire warriors in huts. Earthquake. Shaman gets stuck on the hill, rolls down and sinks. Very unfortunate for yellow there to get killed in that way. Is yellow Babbo? That's a Babbo death if ever I've seen one. Interrupting my commentary to make predictions. But lots of warriors. Not very many fire warriors, but so many huts. I keep highlighting it. It's just so many huts. The sick burns coming in my chat after my prediction, saying that it can't be Babbo because they're doing the blast trick well. Nice burn. But red's not going to be too bad. He's not going to be hurting from that earthquake. It got barely anything. And in fact, the retaliatory earthquake has really messed up yellow's entrance into red's base. Both shamans trading lights. Red finding an opportunity to actually kill yellow with the lightning. And then he gets pushed into the water by a single ghost. Was that Babbo? Who knows? Lots of warriors coming in from yellow, 13 to be exact. Only 6 for red, but they do have the support of fire warriors. Remember, there's a fire warrior in this tower. There's also fire warriors hiding in here and probably here as well. Lots of warriors over here. Red's done a good job. He's spreading his troops out. And in fact... Oh, no, he's changed his mind. No, he's changed his mind again. Red can't make his mind up whether he wants to attack yellow in a counter or stop this. Now, the shaman is alive. which means she just gets to blast most of these troops straight into the water. Lightning from yellow fails to find the kill. A couple of yellow warriors chasing down the shaman. They're trying to hold her still so that yellow can secure a kill. Yellow's got no spells though. That tornado was pretty much everything that yellow had. Well, the tornado and the light. Meanwhile, the warrior run by. They're going to get softened up by towers, but they will get in. 3 towers is not enough to stop fire. In fact, it's only 2, I think. Yeah, it's 2. 2 towers. Good Lord of the Rings movie. Not a good defense. Shaman once again using Earthquake on the defense, just trying to soften it up. And it does pretty much the exact same thing that it did the first time. That's why we don't spam EQs on the same group of towers. So, lots of upgrading going on in Yellow's base at the moment, which is good because Yellow is definitely slow. Building in a very messy fashion, they've gone for speed of building these huts without any thought to the size of their base. And they've wasted a lot of space as a result. A couple of yellow warriors just getting cleaned up by red. Lightning coming out from red onto yellow, both of which failed to find the kill. See, now I heard a ghost army cast. I'm wondering if that was the real shaman or not. Don't know. World view one more time. You can see a large group of warriors here. And Red's base is starting to be upgraded. But also what I said would happen has happened. Oh, we've got lightnings coming out from red onto the yellow shaman. Yellow shaman not responding with any spells of her own just yet. That leads me to believe she might be a fake. Yeah, she is in fact a fake, so that was what we were predicting earlier. Ghost shaman down, real shaman. What was that? Large number of warriors coming in to Yellow's base. Red's killing all of his trees because now his huts need to upgrade. And Red's been pushed into the water by a tower. Are we sure Red's not Babbo? Populations are 93 to 87 with 19 warriors, 14 fire warriors for Red, 19 warriors, 11 fire warriors for Yellow. So the warrior count identical, though it won't be after this guy is done. Small huts still in the middle of Yellow's base. Both shamans are spawning and lightning clears up the patrolling fire warriors. They don't have a hut to hide in anymore. We are 17 minutes into the game and nobody's really done any significant damage to each other yet. It's been a very scrappy game. Large amount of warriors dealing with the single warrior from Yellow. That's so many warriors. Are we sure that's 19? It's 20. I knew it. I knew that wasn't 19. But I'm going to pretend like that wasn't just me getting lucky. So all of those warriors are going to be patrolling on a single spot. Nice target for one of Yellow's many lightnings. But it's interesting we've seen a complete reversal of roles. Now Red has cast a couple of earthquakes, but Red has not gone anywhere near as mana heavy in this game as he did in the first game. The first game he was throwing out double EQs, he was throwing out firestorms, I think he tornadoed a couple of times. This time he's had a lot of lightnings, he's slowly building up his mana pool, but it's been Yellow that's been getting in and casting a whole bunch of spells. I feel like both of these games, Yellow has been allowed to dictate the pace of the match. Red does not fall for the Ghost Shaman this time, as Yellow gets hit with a really well-placed lightning. Now, does Red struggle to deal with these towers a third time? No, it doesn't look like it. He's just going to place the Earthquake. Yay! It did what it needed to. There's no more high ground here. That means the base is easier to get into. Fire warrior shots coming in, just slowing the shaman down. I like seeing this. 2 warriors killing towers next to the army. What was that? Come on, Armageddon. Terrible earthquake, panic earthquake from Armageddon there. Doing next to nothing. This is an absolute nightmare of a game. Second warrior hut has come out from Red, but you can see Red has built out the majority of his base. He's got no wood because he built too many huts, and now they're all trying to upgrade. If you're going to build loads of huts like this, what you need to do is take the Braves out the huts so that they're not all in there manually upgrading. He's got a few trees on 1 stack starting to come back. Oh, bad troop control from Red. How beautiful a lightning was that? What was once 20 red warriors is now 2. 15 yellow warriors spread across the map trying to get in. Shaman's trading lights. Red actually securing the kill onto yellow and then starting a fist fight with a warrior. Perhaps she thought she could win it for a second, but no, she pays attention and casts a blast. Seeing all those warriors go down though, that was painful. They get a they got the tower for their troubles. Poor troop control from Red though, and that's a big blow. You don't want to lose that many warriors. Populations are 104 to 96. Red's rocking 1 lightning in the chamber and 40 huts. Yellow has an armada of spells that they want to use. They've got a land bridge, they've got lightnings, they've got tornadoes, they've got earthquakes, they've got swarms. And they have more troops. So if any of you are out there wanting to be good at Populous beginning, wondering what things you can do to improve, don't do what just happened here with warriors. Spread your warriors out. Don't let the shaman get an opportune strike on them that's actually going to send them all to an early grave. Got a warrior here. Just being a nuisance. It's going to take out that hut. But we can start to see Red's base is now getting fully upgraded. A lot more upgraded huts here than there were the last time we checked. Lightning coming out from Red, failing to find the kill onto the Shaman. Follow-up lightning is good though. Yellow has apparently forgotten how to Shaman duel. Their Shaman dueling in the first game was immaculate, and in this game it's just lazy. Too busy controlling all of these warrior attacks. There's a lot of towers here, so I don't see these warriors getting much done. They are interfering with how much the defense is being built, but other than that, not really doing terribly much. This warrior is finally taken care of. This warrior is going to be killed as well. Red has 1 earthquake, 1 lightning. Very little else. Take a look at yellow. 4 swarms, 3 lights, 2 tornadoes, 2 earthquakes, and a land bridge. 31 huts to 39, so you know red was rocking almost double the huts at one point. Yellow's managed to close that gap significantly, actually. And Yellow's base is really well defended from this path. So the 1v1s on this map have developed this sort of, this has to be the main path because it's so short. You don't have an ally that can watch this path. So the second that this gets flooded out, and it's too long to attack down this path. So once this gets connected and you see it getting fortified heavily with defenses. Now Red is being a bit aggressive. He's got a patrolling brave with a woodpile. Lightning coming out from the Red Shaman. Fails to find a kill. Follow up lightning from Red onto the Follow up lightning from Yellow onto the warriors of Red, once again catching the troops being poorly controlled. Red is being forced to play a trooping game, whereas Red is clearly a more comfortable mana player. And he's struggling to keep up. So this is what I was talking about slightly earlier on in this cast. Yellow has been able to dictate the pace of both matches. Even when Yellow was behind, Yellow was saying, "No, I want you to play my game. I want you to play my Populous. You know, I'm going to come at you with troops, and you can have your firestorms and your earthquakes. I'm just going to control the map with troop numbers." And it looks like Yellow's doing the same thing here. You know, this time Red has answered back, and Red has made sure he's got as many troops as Yellow. But Yellow is clearly a more confident player when it comes to playing with troops. We're not seeing large clumps of Yellow's troops getting killed by a single lightning. Anywhere near to the degree that we're seeing it from Red. Red Shaman stood still there in the middle of a Shaman duel. Like, you just don't do that. That's bad. Well-placed lightning from Yellow secures the kill. An opportunity now. Look at all these warriors. So 14 warriors from Yellow going to attack into the base of Red that is defended by 10 warriors. Now Red has a nice line. These towers all filled with fire warriors spread out everywhere. 25 fire warriors in total amongst the Red base. Shaman needs to be careful. There's the firestorm. Actually, pretty bad. Shaman's gonna die if she's not careful. What? So those fire warriors were stood there for a good 10 seconds and then they randomly decided that they were going to catch fire. So, and there's one earthquake from Yellow. Do we see another earthquake before Yellow goes down? I doubt it. No, yeah, we do. That was a blast trick with an earthquake, in fact. Secondary earthquake follows up, and those are some damaging EQs right in the heart of the Red base. And now Red's going to struggle to defend all of this because it's so wide open. He can put a few towers here and along here, and probably want some towers here as well. But his front line is getting pushed back as a result. Now Yellow did die, which means Red has an opportunity to counterattack. Red has 4 lightnings and an earthquake. He's going to earthquake the same spot for the 5th time and die for it. And why does he keep doing that? If you ever needed an example of why I hate earthquakes on towers, it's what's happened to Red the last 5 times he's cast earthquakes here. 5 earthquakes have been used onto this spot and the towers are still there. Now, there is an element of that being the player is getting exceptionally unlucky. But also just, you know, you can push through towers with troops, and it's not like you're short on warriors. You've got a metric ton of warriors. They're all stood on a tile again. So it looks like Yellow is once again into Red's base. And this is what we were talking about with Yellow pushing the defensive line back. Red is looking for opportunities to try to secure the kills. And he misses! That's so crucial for Red right now to have hit that lightning. Yellow is now available to run around in Red's base. And what does Yellow have? Yellow has 1 land bridge, 1 EQ. Well, Yellow's going to be thankful that they get to cast a free EQ right now. Now, what are all those Red warriors doing? So those Red warriors that were idling here have come back to here to defend the line, except for they're defending a line where the warriors have already gotten in. Yellow's looking for the dream spot for the EQ. Oh, Red's feeling threatened. Red running the population. Blast. Double earthquake coming in from Red. Oh, and it's right at the back where all the huts have been upgraded. 2 huts go down. And another 2 huts go down. Do these huts burn down? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We saw some shaking damage. No, it looks like both huts are fine. 1 wood, 2 wood. So much damage being dealt by Yellow in that attack. Yellow was on about 150 pop and dropped to 139. Red on 114 and looking to push forward. See how much more effective this is than just earthquaking a group of towers. Look, warriors distract and kill fire warriors in towers. Lightning coming out from Yellow, denying Red his opportunity to counterattack, and now all of his warriors are going to die for nothing. Shaman taking a very weird path, probably as a result of the high ground being destroyed. Well, Place blast, killing one of Red's only remaining warriors. He's got 3. Red rocking 3 warriors, 24 to Yellow. So this is getting out of Red's control now, and I actually think Red stands to be eliminated from the tournament here. 24 warriors. Red has a fire warrior hut and 2 warrior huts, but no population to compete by the looks of it. I think this is GG. Now, I respect that the player may not feel that. They probably have a better feel for the game. And also, we're spoiled with our UI. We can see a lot of information that the players cannot. When you're playing a game of Populous, you have to get a feel for how much mana your opponent has, how much population, how many troops, etc. We get to cheat. It's all written down for us on the left-hand side. But the game is not unwinnable for Red, but it's an uphill battle from here on out. Never mind. Red just died when Red really can't die. The game might have just become unwinnable for Red, and Red recognizes it. GG. Well played. Populous, the beginning, teleport, takes out Populous, the beginning, Armageddon. An impressive CES victory, followed by an interesting game of Hollow Fields. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about